Today, it is a privilege for the Kohima Municipal Council to have this program with Nagaland Pollution Control Board. Yes, Kohima Municipal Council is working with 3 different organizations: Municipal Affairs Department, Urban Development, and Nagaland Pollution Control Board. And we are closely monitoring the activities of these 3 departments and organizations. We are also closely monitoring how they are coordinating with the Kohima Municipal Council. I wish and I pray that Kohima Municipal Council should not only be the utilization certificate issuing authority or a body. All these 3 agencies, Municipal Affairs Department as well as Urban Development and Nagaland Pollution Control Board, should have a close coordination with Kohima Municipal Council if we wanted to grow. In the past years, yes, Municipal Council could not able to have this local body for the last 20 years. And in our observation, we have seen so many loopholes that our understanding, our cooperation were taken as our weakness. But I wanted to remind Nagaland Pollution Control Board that our understanding and cooperation should not be taken as our weakness. We should have close coordination in monitoring every project that comes through Nagaland Pollution Control Board, as well as Municipal Affairs and Urban Development. Yes, today's program is an important issue for all of us, because composting is the natural process of recycling organic matter such as leaves and food scraps into a valuable fertilizer that can enrich soil and plant. This is going to be a daily process. This is going to be a yearly event. So even in the days to come, I request Nagaland Pollution Control Board to have a close coordination with Kohima Municipal in every scheme that comes through your board. As I've said earlier, Kohima Municipal Council should not be taken as an organization or an agency to give utilization certificate only. Yes, I on my own behalf and on behalf of the Kohima Municipal Council, we welcome you all to today's program. And I wish that this program will bring lots of benefits to all the participants coming from each and every ward. Let this program, Compost Food Waste at Home, be an awareness generation, and let this awareness be a benefit to the citizens of Kohima. Thank you.
Most of us, all the participants here today, sitting here, were very much aware that the air, I hope you are reading this in social media and the newspaper as well. The air conditioning in our capital city, Delhi, it has gone beyond 400 and it has become a serious issue. So, the policymaker in the national level, they wanted every citizen, every Indian citizen to have a clean air, like our fundamental rights, right to life. All citizens should have a right to breathe clean air. That was the idea why this healthcare was started. Now we will add, and how this in our state, Kohima and Dimapur happen to come under non-attainment cities is the role played by the State Pollution Control Board. In our country, every state has a State Pollution Control Board. And those days, Nagaland State Pollution Control Board was monitoring air quality in Kohima and Dimapur. Of all in the states, these were the only two districts where this air quality monitoring was taking place. Now we have expanded to different other 4 or 5 districts in the recent time. But so accordingly, while the process was going on to declare non-attainment cities in our countries, that time only Kohima and Dimapur was the air monitoring was taking place, and accordingly, the air quality, the data was sent to CPCB, that is Central Pollution Control Board. All the state has a State Pollution Control Board, and this is monitored by an apex organization body in the national level, that is CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board. So, as per the data submitted by the State Pollution Control Board to CPCB, Kohima and Dimapur was declared as non-attainment cities. And why it is declared as a non-attainment cities is because the CPCB has laid down certain rules, the standard. Beyond this much of air quality should be declared as a non-attainment city. So unfortunately, Kohima and Dimapur happens to be beyond the standard set by the CPCB. And that's how these non-attainment cities, that's how Dimapur and Kohima was categorized or was brought under non-attainment cities. And that's why we are here together. And why compost food waste at home? Because yes, in the state or in the country, we have different agencies with a different mandate, different roles, different responsibility to be played by the organization or by the department in the state. So we have municipal affairs, we have urban development, and we have 39 ULB, urban local bodies. So managing our solid waste management, this is the mandate of the KMC and the DMC. But we as a citizen, we as an individual, or we as a family, if we do not take care of our garbage, whom do we have to blame? I'm not saying that the KMC or the DMC or these 39 urban local bodies, they don't have the roles to play. Yes, we have all our mandate and roles to play. Likewise, we as an individual, I generate my garbage, I produce my waste, so I should not throw away this garbage, this solid garbage, this waste. So that someone take care of it. That should not be our inclination. Our way of thinking is, this is my garbage, I should take care of it. Because I'll just throw my garbage here and there and expecting someone to take care of it. I think that way we will not have a clean environment or clean surrounding around us. So compost food at home. To scientifically manage the solid waste management, to scientifically manage our solid waste, we need to segregate. We need to segregate at home. So if I'm very happy to see many ladies today. I'm not saying that we, as a father, as a man, we should not involve in the kitchen affairs. We should actually do it. But mostly in our society, the ladies, the mothers, they are the ones who take care of the kitchen. So at home, if we can segregate at least our kitchen waste in the sense wet waste, which are compostable, which are biodegradable, which are can be composted. If at household level, if all the, be it father, be it mother, be it anyone who is running the kitchen, if he can segregate all the wet waste And this is the composting bin. This is the composting bin. It looks very simple, but we are very hopeful this will play a very significant role in composting our wet waste at the kitchen. If we don't segregate our waste at home, and if we give it to KMC, since today we are here in the KMC office, I'm taking the name of the KMC, it would be very difficult for the KMC to segregate the waste. To segregate the waste at the dump site or at the scientific landfill. So this is request to all the participants. We as a citizen, we as an individual, if we don't start at the kitchen level, if we don't start at the home level, at the household level, we may not be able to have a clean environment. If we don't have a clean environment, we will not have our air condition will not improve. Once we take care of our environment, we will have a clean air to breathe. So I could not convey my message to you as I wanted to, so sorry for that. But the idea is we should have our clean surroundings so that it improves the air, the very air that you and I breathe. Thank you.
So if I talk about sanitation, as I mentioned, it is everyone's business. The cleanliness of our streets, the proper waste disposal, and the overall hygiene is just a reflection of the civic sense of our community. Food waste. Food waste is one of the biggest challenges that is facing our beautiful city. It is this challenges that is making every stakeholders difficult to manage. And when the food waste that ends in our landfills, it does not only occupies our valuable space at our landfills, but it also produces methane gas, which is a potent greenhouse gas, which is very harmful for human beings. However, by composting, these challenges can be transformed into an opportunity. And I would like to thank National Pollution Board Control for initiating this workshop with an aim to empower each household to become a part of this solution. Composting at home, at the household level, is not only an environmental practice. It is a return to our traditional values of living in harmony with nature by not leaving anything that can be reused. By converting kitchen waste, our waste can be transformed into rich compost, which have multiple benefits. One, that is reducing our waste that is going to our landfills. Two, is creating compost, rich compost that we can utilize in our gardens and farms. The third one is decreasing the transportation costs for waste management. And the fourth one is improving the air quality by reducing the waste burn. Beyond these practical practices, this initiative is to inculcate good civic sense among the community. When we take responsibilities of our own waste, when we make conscious efforts to reduce our environmental impact, we are contributing to build a cleaner, greener, and Kohima city. Each household, after absorbing the knowledge in this training, each household that begins composting will become an example for their neighbors. And that will have a ripple effect throughout our community. So I would like to take this opportunity and urge each of you to become an ambassador for your neighborhood. And please share the knowledge that you have absorbed today. Whatever knowledge that you have gained, please go and share it with your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, your dear ones. And please help us to spread awareness about the proper waste management and the benefits of composting. A clean Kohima city is not only about the aesthetic beauty. It is about public health. It is about our environmental sustainability and our civic pride. So let us take this opportunity, let us embrace this opportunity to make Kohima a model city for sustainable waste management. Your participation here today shows that you care for our environment, you care for our future generations. And I'm confident that together we can make Kohima City a cleaner, greener, and a sustainable city for you. Thank you.
So if you see the inside of solid waste management rules, India la highlight. Presentation also. According to the data which we have, 62 million tons waste generated in India annually. Annually, in 1 year, we generate around 62 million tons. आप यहाँ नहीं calculate को पड़े 62 into 1 million is 10 lakhs and 1 ton is 1000 kg. So that much waste we generate in the country right now. And out of that, the waste generation man एक दिन देखिए मैं generate करे कोई तो 1,43,449 tons per day generate करे India ने एक दिन दे. So you can just calculate 1.43 lakhs into 1000 kg. That much waste we generate. So iman waste generate करे तो मैं collect करे तो 1.11 lakhs से collect करे. And out of the collected 1.11 lakhs, we only treat around 35,000 tons of waste. So you can just imagine we are generating around 1.43 lakhs. Iman generate where the treatment do khali 35,000 treatment per se. The other rest of the waste is going in a landfill site or in a dumping site. So approximately it's mentioned that 80 to 90% of the municipal solid waste is disposed of in landfill without proper management practice and open burning, leading to air, water, and soil pollution. So you can just imagine that much waste which you are generating, that itiado waste naman jaga bhi natin is naman siya. And if you see waste, waste to dichana jaga de palawan naman na. But the amount of waste we are generating and the amount of waste which you are treating, it's becoming the gap is so huge now. So the management process they should declare yeah. So according to the report, it's mentioned that waste generation in urban areas of India will be around 700 grams per person per day in 2025. That is just approximate to us. The waste generation sum is like per capita waste generation is around 500 grams to 900 grams is nothing. But if you just take an approximate, it's around 700 grams of waste generation per person per day. So you can just imagine nearly 1 kg is not actually of waste generated. So they have mentioned, as per the report, in 1999 Nagaland, 4 to 5 times it has increased the waste generation per person. So it has been mentioned that at the rate at which we are generating our waste, by 2030 our waste generation will be 165 million tons. So with our present generation though 62 million tons generate we are in 2024. By 2030 the waste generation will be around 165 million tons. So you can just imagine how much waste we are going to generate. So they have mentioned that the production of waste in the world is expected to be 27 million tons per year by 2050. So how much waste we are going to generate? So it's better, until unless we do something about the management, it's going to be a very difficult task for each and every one of us and for the environment also. And if you see in the case of Nagaland, I get a survival question. We have 39 ERBs in the state right now, 3 municipal councils and 36 town councils. Out of them, we have only one scientific landfill site in Kohima. Fortunately, we have in Kohima, but unfortunately, it's not working for more than 4 or 5 years now. So it's quite sad also. And the rest of the town councils, what they are doing with the waste is they are just dumping the waste in an open dumping site. Ini waste open dumping waste. So, and for the rural areas, there is no collection system. Some of the village rural areas they have a collection system, but we don't have any report of the system which they have. So we don't have any data of how much waste is being generated from the village rural areas as of now. And we have around 1,355 villages in the state. So they are also contributing to the waste management. So if you see, as per the report submitted by the 39 ULBs to our office, we are generating around 3 lakhs kg of waste in one day. 3 lakhs kg of waste in one day by the ULBs. That is not including the rural areas. And if you see, we are generating around 3 lakhs kg of waste in one day, and we are collecting around only 2.6 lakhs of waste in a day. So the other waste are just being dumped in open dumping area, or it's being dumped in the drains. So with respect to waste management, we have, with respect to waste management or with respect to various environmental issues, we have court cases in the state. National Green Tribunal is also part of the Supreme Court. Supreme Court, any cases relating with environment, it is dealt by the NGT, which is also part of the Supreme Court. When any court case, when environment issues to find, it will go to the NGT. So according to this NGT, we at the present, even our state has around more than 100 court cases as of now. This is one of very one of all court cases is relating with environment. Its court case is OA 606/2018. It's regarding with compliance of municipal solid waste management rules 2016 and other environmental issues. So last time in this court case, what happened is the chief secretary has to be present in the hearing. The chief secretary has to be present personally. He cannot send any representative in this court case. So the last time there was a hearing in 24th November 2022. So in that court case, hearing what they have given was concerning the statement about gap in waste generation and treatment, and also gap in solid waste management, we levy compensation of rupees 200 crore to the state of Nagaland on polluters pay principle for its failure in scientifically managing the liquid and solid waste in violation of mandate of the law, particularly judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court and this tribunal. So you can just imagine our state has been given a compensation. It's like a penalty also of 200 crore. And I would say luckily, because of the COVID, not much has been progress as of now. But if we don't act upon it, the NGT will again hammer us again. So the waste generation at the present rate, we are generating the waste, it's increasing year by year again. So if you don't do anything as of now, then it will become quite a difficult task for each and every one of us. So this is a common sight which we see all over the Nagaland. Gusti de Javi, you go in the Gusti de Jashi town de Jashi. This is one of the very common sight. Our Nagaland Pollution Control Board, we have visited all the 39 ULBs. So ULB we have seen all the towns, 39 towns. We have visited most villages also we are visiting. So when we go and see the waste management over there, we see this as like a common sight. This is a complex waste, it's a mixed waste. You can see paper, plastic, thermocol plates, leaves, everything is mixed together. So when the waste is mixed together, it becomes complex. When we burn our waste, when we burn our complex waste, it's quite hazardous. So if you keep on bringing those waste, then ultimately it will have cancer. Once the waste is complex, it's quite difficult to manage also. And it has been reported that India is known as the diabetes capital of the world. The report has mentioned that to improve the diabetes cases in India, the air quality should improve also. Air quality to be away, the diabetes cases will increase more also. So that is the effect of the air pollution. So this is also a common sight which we can see. We throw our waste haphazardly everywhere. We tend to throw our waste on the side of the road, or we can, if you see a small patch of land, we try to throw our waste over there. And ultimately what will happen is, I think you can see someone over here. You can see someone over here. So ultimately what is going to happen is, this is going to come to our food chain. Now, आपने सब जाना है, मानव तो सब सोपड़ है, तो जानवर का तो food chain में माना food chain है वो. So what is happening is, in these ways, everything is mixed. Food waste भी ऐसे, diaper भी ऐसे, sanitary pads ऐसे, biomedical waste, plastic, everything is there. So ultimately what happens is, when we do waste to people, we don't feel good. We just try to cross the waste as fast as we can. Na? But ultimately what is happening, Jenny the Kutahan Kao, Kutan Kham is there, it's going to come to our food chain. Kumahan Nagaland, I will say, Arman Nagaland, the boys, I go be a Kutalasu Kaidon or Ako. But do you think this will be good for our health? This is also a very common sight, and the interesting thing is, I think you can see something over here. Notice that penalty of 5,000 rupees of waste, another penalty 5,000 rupees. But you can see people throwing all the waste. The community bin is here, all the waste are being spread. So this is something I feel like it's also the responsibility of the citizen also, how we manage our waste. Man, our waste kailangan manage ko, it's also very important. We tend to think that waste is it's the job of the town council or it's the job of someone else to manage my waste. But you can just imagine, if inaga pelay tayo how you feel? It's something I think we as a citizen is also responsible for what we do with our waste. It's going to come to our food chain. Ultimately, what the animal is feeding upon it, it's going to come to our food chain. And studies have confirmed that microplastics, small plastics, those microplastics are found in the fetus. In the fetus, microplastics are found. So, good projection is from the food chain. It's from the food chain only, it's going to our food chain. Even in the brain, microplastics are found with us. So, waste to manage the pollution, ultimately it's coming to our food chain and it's affecting our health. This is quite interesting. This picture non-deterministic this is from Kohima and this is from Dimapur. And this is just taken one month back, is not doing us. So you can just see the mindset of our people also. Ultimately what is going to happen is going to pollute the water source, and it's going to come to our food chain again. And it's going to spread disease. And you can just imagine, 40-50 kg you're going to get a good amount of money now. But if you so that it's going to come to our food chain again. And as you all know, initially AIDS came through an app, app price though. So we never know if it's going, what kind of disease is going to spread also. So this is something very sad to see the mindset of our people just dumping the waste without thinking about the consequence of what will happen. This is also a very interesting one. So these are biomedical waste. This is being thrown by one of the healthcare facilities in Dimapur. Even in Kohima, we have seen some of the healthcare facilities throwing their waste in the community bin. So this is quite alarming because biomedical waste are infectious waste. All the hospital waste are not infectious. Plastic, paper, this comes under the solid waste. But the hospital waste, the infectious waste, example like cotton with blood, syringes. Sometimes we have seen human anatomy also. Operation. So this manage the pollution is going to affect the waste. Is ultimately going to affect us again. And one thing I want to remind all of you is, waste to put the jada will be there is someone who is going to handle the waste. KMC law worker, DMC worker over here, Mokchung law worker over here. But there is someone who is going to handle the waste. We should also think about them also. Now when we have been going to all the 39 year stands, they have mentioned that each other worker be power dictator. So that was a worker be power dictator. Aru boila chhile manubi tando boila chhoi daga bi bujai aru boila chho manu tan ke kam shuru noa ke de first to quarter ta dibo lage biche alot nisa lage biche de boila chhoi ke na but we understand because this is something not very pleasant to touch because it's all kind of waste mixed together so but definitely there is someone should be there to handle our waste na so we should also be mindful of how we dispose our waste. So coming to the waste management, segregation is the most important thing which we have to do for waste management. Until unless segregation is done, waste management is very difficult. Waste management to segregation was slow. And these days, in big cities, people are talking about not segregation of wet waste and dry waste. They are talking about different level again. Plastic waste aru electronic waste bhi alag kuro lage, diapers alag kuro lage, sanitary pads alag kuro lage. Everything has become like they have gone to a different level now. But if you can just segregate the wet waste and the dry waste, then I would say like we have solved 50% of the waste management. So it's very important that the waste management should start from the household level. Until unless the segregation is done at the source, then it's I would say practically impossible to manage the waste. So wet waste or dry waste to bishima mejo wet waste to bija waste kan to wet waste as babe paper ta biji bulu to wet waste usi babe but that is not the case. Wet waste is the kitchen waste na and the dry waste is example like paper, cloth, plastics, all these things come under dry waste. So if you can just segregate the wet waste and the dry waste separately, then we have solved 50% of the waste management. Aji composting unit it's for the kitchen waste. It's not regarding the garden waste it's just for the kitchen waste which you generate from the household. So why composting is important? According to the report, data it is mentioned that total organic waste in a city is 60%. 60% of the waste is organic waste in the city, and out of the 60%, 45% of the total organic waste in a city comes from the home. From the home, 45% of the organic waste comes from the home. So it's very important that if segregation is done from the household level, if the organic waste doesn't come to the community bin, then we can do something about it. So again, I will not go again, but these are the things why we wanted to talk about the organic waste. Because the waste composition is more than 50% of the waste is organic waste. Opor thakibo lage itu 1 2 3 bagi tu chenda thakibo last na tu chenda na thakina rakhibo aru abjar itu diatinde itu tode leaflet ase guideline ase you can just go through the guideline it is side we buji jabo and along with that ite man cockpit di ase along with the bin cockpit thakibo and cockpit apni kan kilo pare bisi bal photo moila kole cockpit kilo na pare silbi sodas itu milk hamra sodas kinisi kole itu bi mix kole bi ko noy because this is also this main purpose is for absorb to like moisture bisi ujisi kulo to it takes more time for decomposition but maybe kiman dry ho iman faster ho aru kiman bija ho ina to pani bi olobo itu by if you can mix the cocoa peat or the sodas it acts the same aru itu bitore kiba thaibo gloves thaibo glove exercise ase there and along with that itu duita thakibo ekta microbes thakibo the white one is the microbes or ekta the this one is the green neem la ase to itu duita halise to itu halile to microbes form ho bise flies kan na thakibo aru itu microbes to halise to composting to faster hobo So apni kan itu aro kinibo kushulu tu tan ka website daily dam dibi kinibo pare. Boleh bi itu noise boleh bi apni ang microbes tu ini ite dahi na man dahi mix kuri bi bujai. Dahi mix kuri 1 week te ek bar itu dahi mix kuri bi because itu bacteria kan thake bacteria kan ba decomposition faster kuri diye. So instead of this microbe you can always use dahi also. Dahi tu luine mix kuri dibi. In order to the decomposition is faster. Or as per tan ko as this decomposition will take 45 days. So each bin will take around 15 days na waste to ekta bin na lobo. So they have mentioned that if a household generates around 1 to 2 kg of waste in one day, so this bin will be for 15 days. So once you feel itu apne ang bota hoise, I get a video dikhai na itu next day jai rakhi dibi, A do niche kori dibi, B do upor uthai dibi, aru jise B bota hole B niche kori itu ekta do uthai dibi. So by the time itu tinta do bota hoise, the first apne ang the first to hoise, itu do by the time itu do mol hoise jabo, manure hoise. You can either use it in the plants or you can put it in this bin. Ite bin dali parbo. So mabi itia cholai na man for bi cholai sahase mabi. So if apni kan itu coco pit to ball mix kurishi bole do ball itu do decomposition ki ball ase itu lapore pani mi dolabo. Bole bi coco pit to ball mix decomposition do itu side itu kamra so pani ulai jai. To pani ulai se bole do it's janesa that it becomes smelly also. But if you mix the coco pit nicely, then it doesn't into liquid to no like. And smelly no fries can be no like. Or apni kan itu chola nande aji lid bomb pudise next day uti chola then ite pani jama hoine thaki thake pani jama. So kindly clean this one. Itu safa kori dibi na the moisture bishi thakile to bhal nai. To itu safa kori dibi. Ina will not lead to bomb kori dibi. Ina usne question by 45 days the waste is composed. These are all organic waste. Organic waste na ase, so organic as it no chemical is mixed over here. So it's good for your plants and for your health also. So itu ase apni kan question bin. It looks very simple, but if you devote your time or itu sincere bole dishi bole you can definitely get the manure. Manure is known as a black gold, and you can make something out of it, and it will be good for your plants. Thank you so much.
Ward number 4, Moshe. And then ward number 5, Burahagan. Ward number 5, Burahagan. Ward number 6. Where is the list? Ward number 6. Ward number 9.